Okay. All right, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Okay. Friday, August 19th. What went well? Personal project presentations were great. I think we can all agree it was a really good experience just to present demos of our work. It was really helpful for me. Group workshop, for the most part, was helpful. Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely got a lot of organizational things done today. A lot of good tools for the toolbox. Thankful to have so much time on the personal projects, for sure. Definitely needed it. And then finally having a career services talk, definitely helpful to start planning all of those things moving forward once the class concludes. Does anybody have anything to say on any of these points? Anybody want to elaborate?
I did include it. I forgot to, but I also think the format for grading and presentation was really good.
Yeah, I agree. Also, do folks need a few more minutes to add comments here? Take your silence as enough. Okay, moving on to what could have been improved. So future cohorts could use Menti for retros. Seems easier to implement. Or actually, looks like we got another one for what went well. Okay, just the format for grading presentation. So what could be improved? Future cohorts could use Menti for retros. Seems easier to implement. And from what I understand, also lets the host review the data. Menti was the one where we got a code and we entered it in a website, correct? And you're able to kind of anonymously enter data. Am I getting that right?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like a really useful tool for sure. I think the Google Doc has been working really well. I like the fact that we can kind of go back through. I know we're not necessarily doing that as students, but I imagine it's probably very useful for the instructors to have the full record of all of the things that we've changed throughout the cohort. But definitely always looking for new ways to make things better. We were a bit off with our estimation of how long the presentations would take. True. I think especially, we got almost 40 people here and the bulk majority of us have never presented something like this. So it's very challenging to gauge how much time you would need for something like that. Some presentations went very quickly. Some took a little bit longer. We were still able to get them all done though, just about in a day. So I think that was about as good of an estimation as I think we could have reasonably expected. Anybody have any thoughts? Okay. Having a little over a week to do group project scares me. Yep, I can definitely relate just with how much work went into the personal projects. But I think, at least for me, a big part of it is just knowing how the things connect now and having all of those resources where, someone in the group has really gotten good at one particular aspect of that. So I think they're going to come together a lot better than we probably feel like they're going to right now. Does anyone have anything they want to elaborate on that point? Okay. Would have been great to have 2 group projects. So just like this project as kind of like a trial group project and like another final project. Is that kind of the idea for whoever wrote that?
That was me. Yeah, maybe like get more practice with the grouping, like maybe take away one of the previous assessments. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but like maybe remove one of the previous assessments that we've done and then make the personal project sooner, potentially. I don't know how that work. And then that way we could have, another group project. So that way we get more practice, and then maybe the next group project could be, all right, you can't group with the same people. I don't know. Just to get more practice with groups. I think that'd be cool.
It could even be like a Django project and then a React project or something.
Yeah, there you go. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, that is a cool idea. I'm adding some stuff into action items as like immediate to-dos or things to explore. And I think both of those are neat ideas. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, not now, but another day too. I'm very curious if people would have liked to do the personal project earlier.
Okay. 6-month expectation to be jobless is excessive. Would be nice to get started on job search stuff before graduation. Even start resumes and other low-hanging fruit beforehand to be able to start looking immediately. Then we have 2 comments under that. Looking for a job without knowing how to code yet, though. And then not knowing how to code doesn't stop you from drafting a resume. Some of the things career services is offering for resources could be accessible earlier. When you're unemployed, even a few weeks makes a big difference. Does anybody want to talk more about these points?
Yeah, I would really appreciate a little bit of feedback on here, because one of the takeaways has been that we do want to integrate career services into the program. Definitely continue doing the talk that we did with Rich, maybe even do it earlier, maybe do other things earlier. So I don't want to put anyone in the spot, but this is something that we're definitely starting to think about implementing.
Yeah, so I didn't write that, but I would agree that you give us the resume coaches like, a month beforehand. So I don't see any reason why the career services can get access to it. And then same thing, I think they have like after the way that they have it set up right now is after graduation, they wait an entire week before they even approach you. And then at that point, then they ask for your resume for 1 week. And then the next week it's asking for, what are you interested in? And then after that, they start looking for stuff. So based on the conversation, like it just sounds like job and what you're looking for could happen well before you actually finish the course. And then like starting immediately after the course graduates could save you like 3 weeks of job search times, according to how Rich laid it out. But I don't know if whoever wrote that wants to say anything too, but that's how I was thinking. But yeah, to Dalton's points in there, like I'm glad that they're being flexible, that since the apprenticeships ended earlier, that they are taking off one of those extra weeks.
Yeah, so I actually wrote that one, and I'm not even using career services, but I just feel like some of the things that they're having participants do, kind of like what Alicia said, could absolutely be done ahead of time. And I get that what they're saying, that it's a lot, we're already doing a lot with the program. So doing resumes and everything else. I'm sorry if I'm out of breath. I'm like walking down to get my daughter. I know they're saying that like doing resumes and everything is a lot on top of the group. But if you have the time and if you're motivated and you're willing to go ahead and do your resume and everything else, you shouldn't stifle the participants and not allow them to go ahead and get started on their search. There's nothing that stops you from writing a resume just because you don't know how to code. That's it.
Thank you. That is really good feedback. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm curious what other feedback folks have on this too. So I think those are some good points.
Yeah, go ahead, Terrence. Sorry.
I just have a general question because I actually don't know myself. Is job searching while still in school actually recommended? I mean, I don't know if you negotiate start dates, but it just seems like if your job kind of coincides with like while you're still in school, it's like a conflict there. So I don't know if you want to job search while still being active in school itself.
If you're about to graduate,
Yeah, you.
I think we
cut
lost
out.
you for a minute, Maya, unfortunately. I don't want to speak for Maya. My guess is she was going to say, if you're about to graduate, you're often job searching.
One thing I'd say as well is you can approach employers and tell them, hey, I'm in the course right now and I'm about to graduate on this date. I'd love to apply for you guys. What can I do right now to show interest and show that I'm actually interested in you guys? What else could I do on top of the school? Things like that. Kind of see if you can get in contact with an employer. that you're interested in.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
some of us
sorry,
have
I
al-
was, oh, sorry, I was
Yeah.
just saying, I was talking earlier, but I got cut off because I was in the elevator. I was just saying that you can absolutely still look into jobs if you're a week or two behind. I'm not saying that they should have had everybody start looking for a job in week 2, but we're close enough and, you know, capable enough that we can at least knock out the basics so that once we graduate, you guys can hit the ground running. Like when you don't have a job and you don't have income, every little week counts. So if you're submitting a resume and waiting a week, that's kind of crazy.
Does anyone else have anything else to add on that?
Yeah, I think the whole like resume stuff, all that kind of prep stuff could have been started a lot earlier, and we could have would have been easier to start using the career services earlier for like everyone else as well.
Yeah, I can see some of those points for sure, like the resume stuff, the LinkedIn stuff. I do think it is important to keep in mind that it is a service that these people are providing. It's only 2 of them. You know, there's 40 of us. They have to kind of get us through all these different hurdles. I can't imagine that it's easy to try to find jobs for 40 people. So, but definitely can always do more on top of it if you have the time. So I know a good chunk of people have already started applying. So I think we're gonna move on to the shout outs unless anybody has anything else to add.
I'll just say again that we really appreciate the feedback on that. I think you folks make a lot of good points. We do want to start integrating some of the career services stuff earlier into the program. Job hunting is a full-time job. Like you'll find that out when you start scheduling technical interviews, but I think especially with resumes and stuff, there's a lot of good points here. Also, I know we've said this before, but like all of the instructors, like I don't want to speak for anyone else, but I'm pretty sure that all of us are more than happy to provide advice and thoughts with people post-graduation. That's not specific to any one feedback point. I just wanted to mention that.
All right, moving on to the shout outs. John O'Keefe, a whole bunch of plus signs. So I'm not sure personally what you did, but apparently you did it very well. So congratulations. Good on you.
Yeah, I'm not either.
You survived, John.
Lee always nice to see it. Avery, the TAs just in general for helping with the personal projects. I know personally for me, Nung and Logan were very, very instrumental in helping me get my project off the ground. So definitely big shout outs to both of them. Adam and Zainab making the time to help us with our projects. Also really nice. I know that you guys probably put in a lot of extra hours over the last couple weeks. So we really appreciate that, you know. Adam and Zainab having offices in the breakout rooms. Definitely nice to have a designated place to go to seek them out. Logan, yes, we will miss you, but very exciting that he has now a second internship. So he definitely earned it. Did a lot of good work here.
Yeah, shout out
Craig
to
Butcher.
Logan for sure.
Craig Butcher for being generous with his time and breakfast. Well done, Craig. Chris Voller. Luis Manzo. Dan Rather, being an extra funny guy. Kevin. So all you guys, thank you for stepping up. The final survivors of Romeo cohort. We're almost there. Not quite. Another couple of weeks, but we're getting real close. Jake Hill for rolling with the punches and inspiring me too. Always having a great attitude and being a super nice guy. Agreed. Rich Luby, it's been really nice to have him to start those dialogues for the job search. Evan, Alicia, and Raphael, feel better and come back. We miss you, Raph. So nice. Yep. And I'm currently at a hotel in Las Vegas right now, so I think that one's for me. And Spain, yes. Beautiful country. All right. If nobody has anything else to add, I think it's time we spin the wheel. All right. Romeo Platoon Retro. Is this going to be the last one next week? Or I guess we'll have one more after that. We're probably not going to have a retro on actual graduation day. So. All right, let's see who it's going to be. Terrence Carter. You are the big winner today, my friend.
You said this is the final one?
I have no idea. I assume it's going to be the final one. I can't imagine we're doing a final one on graduation day. So you might have the honor of leading the final retro.
Cool.
But either way, you have the honor of leading the one next week. So
I mean, I've been waiting for this. Let's do it.
it's a big responsibility. You know, I wish you well with it. Okay. And Adam, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Awesome. Beautiful job, Nathan. Thank you. Terrence, very much looking forward to your retro. I think it may be the final one because the Friday after that is graduation. I suppose at that point it's really at our own discretion if we want to do a retro on Thursday or something like that. But because the day before graduation is just practicing group presentations and stuff.